and mute. Unfortunately, you can hear Lola, but what can we do? All right, so you're gonna lie down, you're gonna take your block, you're gonna put it at the lowest height and slip it underneath your sacrum. And then extend your left leg along the floor. So straight out, the foot in line with the center of the pelvis, or just in line with the center of the hip. And you're gonna push down into the ground with your left heel. So add pressure, and then pull your right knee into your chest. The rotation of the hips to keep them neutral is slightly right hip forward, left hip back. And draw your right knee in. Let your shoulders relax. And then grab hold of your strap, loop your right foot, and send your right leg up. Right hand loose on the strap. Pressure down through the left heel. Turn your head right and left a few times. Staying balanced on the block, let that right elbow hopefully can slide down to the floor as extra balance. And take the right leg not too far, but maybe 45 degrees out to the side. Organize the hips so that they remain level, which for me means wrapping my right hip down. Now, this pressure down through that left leg, the straight leg on the floor, that may be enough to stretch the psoas, the hip flexor there. And then pull the right leg toward the left. Reach out through your left arm, right arm, and look out over the right shoulder. Wrap your right hip away from the waist. Breathe high into your chest, make sure your head is centered. And draw the leg back up. Remove the strap, put it to the side, and extend up through that right leg, down through the left. Drag your left heel isometrically, pull it toward you as you extend that right leg up, balancing the hips. Now bend the left knee, put the left foot flat. Bend the right knee, put the right foot flat. Shift the block up one level higher. And push your shoulders down into the floor. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Affirm the feet into the floor. Maybe take the block up one more to the highest level. Tuck the shoulders under. And just notice the traction here in the lower back. Firm the belly. And breathe high into the chest. Make sure your feet are pushing evenly into the ground. Both feet and the inside and outside corners of the feet. Notice that the left hip flexor may feel a little more comfortable than the right. Maybe not. They may not have started the same. And then we're going to lower back down to the lowest level of the block. Extend the right leg long on the floor. Now maybe this isn't high enough. If you suspect you need it a little higher, turn it up one. So I'm using a less thick block than I did the first time I tried this. So depending on the thickness of the blocks too. Push down through the right heel and feel yourself pulling that leg into the body. So down and somewhat in to activate the sensation in the muscles of the hip flexors there, those tendons, those muscles. And then pull the left knee into the chest. And organize the hips. So left hip slightly forward, right hip slightly back. Fan the sole of the right foot. And move that left knee that's pulled in, maybe a little bit in and a little bit out. Just see if there's an ideal spot where you really feel like it's useful for you. And then grab your strap. Make sure you're balanced enough to loop that left foot and extend it up to the sky. Press that right heel down, assert pressure through there, draw it and square the hips. Relax the left hand, let the left elbow slide down so you're not putting tension into the shoulder or neck. Soften the lines on your face. Any tension in the jaw. And pull the breath deep from within the belly. Stay balanced, take the leg out to the left. Expose the inner thigh toward the ceiling. And keep energy of that right leg. Through the heel, through the glute even. Upper back relaxed. Draw the leg back up, switching hands, reach the left arm open, turn your head to the left. Wrap that left hip down and you're crossing that left leg over toward the right. Gaze over to the left. Like I said, that reach to the crown of the head and keep pushing down through that right heel. Bring the leg back up, remove the strap, extend through that upper leg, down through the lower leg. Feel that stretch. And we're not just stretching, but we're engaging the muscle at the same time. So it's not a passive stretch. Bend the left knee, put the foot flat. Bend the right knee, foot flat. Open the chest here, deep breath. Conscious of the shoulders dropping away as you exhale. Shift the block 1 or 2 times to the height that feels like the stretch you want here. And notice the sensation or lack thereof in the hip flexors. Push down through the shoulders, let the chest open. Let your hands turn up to the sky, palms up. Spread the soles of the feet and push down through the balls of the big toes. Feel the pinky toe ball of the foot and the center of the heel. Moving the chest toward the face, the knees subtly away from you while resting on the block. Let your back rest. It's counterintuitive, but if you let the hips rest on the block, your body is going to unwind patterns better, more successfully. Push down through the feet, remove the block, hold bridge pose, activating glutes, widen the shoulders, and come down with intentional concentration, one bone at a time, one vertebra at a time. Roll the pelvis away from you. Press the low back into the floor. Send your knees over to the right side. Roll to your right side, fetal position. Breathe into your lower back. Push down with your left hand and post up to a seated position and come up onto all fours. Place your blocks on either side of the front of the mat. Inhale, arch your body, arch your back into cow. Exhale, gently pull the belly in, tailbone under, head toward that tailbone. It's interesting, really no matter what warm-up we do, I find that this little sequence of cat-cow is affected by it some way or another. So depending on if I have an issue in that area, like for me, those hip flexors are moody. So now when I'm doing this, my spine feels way better. Follow your breath for a few rounds. Just notice how you feel. Inhale, arch. Good. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees and pull your lower back up just a little bit. Lift the space between the shoulder blades. Drag ankles toward wrists, wrists toward ankles. And then send those hips back. Knees are slightly bent. Push through the palms. Gaze is up toward the navel. Shoulders wrap open, releasing any tension in that upper back. Inner heels slide back, leveling your ankles. Pushing through the hands, pressing through the feet and legs. Creating more length through that spine. Knees are slightly bent so that you can lift your tailbone up. Walk your feet forward, up to your hands, hands to the shins or on fingertips. Slide your sits bones back and slightly up as you pull your heart forward, drawing shoulder blades toward each other. Exhale, widen the upper back, fold. Belly draws in, palms touch floor. Knees are strong and lifted. Inhale, reach to the heart as you come up. Lift through the chest, reach up tall. Look back. Exhale, pull your hands to prayer. Release your hands down, spin your palms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive over. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, step left and right foot back, plank. Bend the elbows for chaturanga or lower the knees. Inhale, scoop through, open your chest. Exhale over the toes, down dog. Pull up the pelvic floor. Pull in the belly. Gaze is nice and steady. Push through the thumb and index fingers as you wrap your biceps forward, engaging your lats. Gentle contraction in the throat for Ujjayi breath. Walk your feet forward after that last exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, palms to the floor. Feel your hinge, hips slightly forward. Inhale, lift through the heart, reach up. Look up and arch back. Exhale, pull the hands to the heart. Release the hands down. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, dive over, forward fold. Inhale, look up and step your right and left foot back. Low push-up. Inhale, rolling smoothly over the toes. Let the chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awareness on the breath. Inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, exhale, jump or rock to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, sits bones up a little higher. Really send that butt up too. Exhale, fold, drop your head. Inhale, push down to rise up, palms touch, arch back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bend the knees, sit to chair, raise the arms up. Sitting back over the heels. Lift the pelvic floor, belly scoops in, send tailbone back. Reach through the arms. Exhale, wrap forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step your left foot back. Maybe pad your knee, put the knee down on the floor. Walk your right foot over a few inches to the right and bring blocks to the inside of your right foot. Bring your knee forward, 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 so you're in a deeper lunge. And come down onto your forearms. Lift the back knee up if this is okay with your hips and your joints. Pull your gaze forward from the root of the chest. Forward and slightly down so you don't strain your neck. Lower your left knee, come up onto your hands, slide your hips back so your right foot is slightly off to the right, about 15 degrees, and send your hips back. Flex your toes and reach forward with your arms. See if you can crawl them a little bit farther forward. Pull through your hands, pulling your chest forward. And see if you can crawl your fingers even farther forward toward the ends of the blocks. Toes are flexed. Push down into the floor with your right heel and guide that right leg towards you without it moving. So it's isometric. Push down and pull in. You activate your hamstrings as we're stretching them. You might need to micro bend that right knee. Come back to a bent front leg. Move the right hand outside of the right foot. Toe heel your right foot to the midline. Stay up on those blocks. Step back plank. Step your left foot forward. Turn the blocks up to a higher height. Jump switch the legs 10 times. When you're ready, step your back foot forward. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sink low, raise your arms up, tummy in. Stick your butt out a little bit, sash your butt back. Feel a little arch in the low back. Feel the pelvic floor strong. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Step back with your right foot. Pad your knee if you want to. Lower the knee. Walk your left foot slightly over to the left. About a little way. Turn your foot out slightly. And then hands inside the front leg. Lower your elbows up onto the blocks. Drag your elbows toward you, which will pull your heart forward, turning on your lats. Look slightly forward and down. Hug your left knee toward the shoulder. If you'd like, lift your right knee up. Let the hips continue to sink here. Not collapse, but deeper into the stretch. Pressing back through your right heel to activate and lengthen that right leg. If you notice that your toes are bunched up back there, look back at your toes, see if you can spread them out a little better. Lower your back knee, Straighten your arms, come up onto those blocks. Move the left one outside of the left foot. Toe heel the left foot inside the blocks. It's more centered. Lift that back knee up. Move the blocks out of the way. Press the palms to the floor. Step to plank, chaturanga, or modified. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, over the toes, down dog. Right leg up. Bend your knee, turn on those hamstrings. Open the knee toward the sky. Try to keep the back of the leg engaged. Look under your left arm. Square your hips. Draw your right knee toward your chest. Step your right foot through. Inhale, rise into crescent, arms to the sky. Sink down through your hips. Reach up through your arms, strong back leg, pressing all the way out through that left heel. Left arm forward, right hand back. Right hand to the left leg, left arm up by the ear, swivel. Bring the left hand down to the earth, right arm high. Simple twist, left shoulder blade on the back. Bend the right knee, activating right glute stretch. Right hand comes down, turn to your left for prasarita. Line up your toes. Feet are wide and in line. Bend your knees and bring your forearms to your upper knee thigh area. Push your arms into your legs and let your legs resist. So I'm up on I'm kind of in a bent, sort of in a wide, almost squat. I'm pretty high up. I'm at my knee height. And I'm pushing my knees are really bent. And so I'm kind of like a footballer going poop. Yeah. And I'm pushing my arms into my legs into my arms. Widening my sits bones and activating these inner thigh muscles that just don't get to work enough. Push into your arms push into legs. You're gonna feel a little uncomfortable, probably, but kind of alive, yeah? Whew. And then go for it, fold forward, let them rest a little bit in a more passive stretch. Lean your hips forward more and let your head drape. Engage the front of the legs, which we're far more used to doing. Shake out your head. Nod your head. Bend left knee, stretching that area we just worked. And then switch, bend the right knee. Pushing down through that left foot to give you more traction. Turn it forward, place the palms, step back to plank, bend the elbows. Inhale, roll through the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Squeeze the back of the leg as you contract the heel toward the glute. Really feel that back leg. Open the knee to the sky. Look under your right arm. Turn those hips. Then square your hips, draw your knee to your nose. Step left foot forward. Inhale, find your way up, crescent. Hips are squaring forward, shoulders melting down. Sink into it. Extend your back leg. So it's a hip opener. Reach up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Twist. Left hand to the right leg, right arm up by the ear. Swivel twist. Right hand comes down to the floor, left arm comes up, simple twist. Bend into that left knee, let that glute turn on. Bring the left hand down, pivot to the right side of the room, organize your feet into one line. Coming back into that squat position, Bend the knees, forearms on the upper knee, thigh area. Send your sits bones back, pull your heart forward. So that's the spine. It's pretty straight. And then squeeze the legs into the arms, and the arms push out, creating resistance here. And strengthening those little tend to be weaker inner thigh muscles. These are the adductors. No, sorry, AB. Abductors, I take it back, abductors, AB. And then straighten the legs. Hold your big toes with your first two fingers if you can. Lift the chest, otherwise hold the ankles. Exhale, fold forward, hips forward over ankles. So if we just go down, our butt is too far back. Bring the butt with you and fold. Slide, elbows wide, shoulders up the back. Feeling that nice glide of the shoulders, shoulder blades. And giving the neck a chance to release. Pushing down through the floor with the feet and toes, pulling up with the fingers, creating a nice bit of tension there, strengthening the ankles. And activating blood flow to the lower leg, which is hard to do and very important. Belly toning inward. Inhale, look up. Keep holding your toes or ankles and find that back bend here. Firm your legs. And then bring your hands to the middle of your mat and widen your feet farther out. See if you can come down further toward your elbows, toward your forearms, as you take the feet wider and wider. Bend the knees just a tiny bit and push through the floor. Try to scrunch up your mat. So the action is dragging the feet toward each other, and it's more subtle, but again, we're toning those abductors, those little, they're not so little, but rarely used inner thigh muscles. Scrunch up your mat. Try to drag your feet toward each other. See if you can feel your inner thighs working. And then push, do the opposite. Try to widen your mat apart. Come up onto your hands. Bend the knees, keep them a little bit bent. Add a little back bend here. Pull, kind of like in half forward bend. Lift your sits bones, pull your heart forward. A little bit of a cow. Good, and then relax so you're safe. As you transition, turn your left foot forward, place your palms, step back plank. Widen the collarbones as you bend the elbows. Inhale, roll through, open your chest up. Exhale, take it back. Woo. You might feel really lengthy here in your dog. Your legs might be making a lot of sense right now, just very long. And enjoy the rest, enjoy the breath. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend the knees, travel forward however you want to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees, raise the arms up, chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step right and left foot back, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high, bend the knee, open up the hip, look under the left arm. Square the hips, step the right foot forward. Inhale, rise, crescent. Straighten the front legs, sweep the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, raise the chest up. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Step the back foot forward for easier balance here. Turn the back foot down, arms come overhead, or go ahead and grab your strap. As you fold over your front leg, square your torso over the thigh, navel over the center of the right leg. Bend the elbows slightly if you're really either way. And pull the upper arm slightly apart to engage the muscles of the back. Bring the hands down and use your blocks. So I found it really hard to work the legs well while I was just trying not to fall. So let's organize the legs a little bit here. Bend the knees slightly, pull that right thigh back, which will help you to rotate left hip forward. I'm gonna come up one height higher, squaring the hips. And really maximizing the benefit of this shape, try to level your sacrum. Carrying right hip slightly higher. Push down more through your left foot so you can raise the back of the right hip. And at the same time, pull the heart through. Bring the left hand down and raise the right arm up, twisting triangle. Nice, you guys, beautiful. Bring the right hand down, left hand down onto the block, step both feet together. Inhale, move the heart forward. Exhale, bow your head. Hang out here, shake out your head. No. Yes. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, look forward. Move the blocks. Place the palms, step back. Right foot, left foot, plank. Bend the elbows. Might have been left foot, right foot. Inhale, lift the heart. Reach back through your toes. Exhale, good, downward dog. Left leg up, bend the knee, open up your hip, look under your right arm. Right arm. Square your hips, step your left foot forward, inhale, crescent. Feel the power in your legs. Push through the front foot, straighten the front leg. Interlace the hands with the other lacing. Lift the chest up. And then start to fold forward. Step your back foot in a little bit. Spin the heel down for balance as you fold. Or grab your strap. This side may feel different. Organize your belly over the center of the leg. And the elbows, and engage those deep back muscles as you try to pull your upper arms apart. Bend the elbows a little more. Good. Release the strap. Put your hands on the blocks. Raise the blocks up and organize your hips. Pull that left thigh into the hip socket. Push down through the right leg, right heel as you rotate right hip forward. Feel that scissor actively. Feel it. At the same time, pull your heart forward. Lats engaged. And then hand off the block or on. Right hand down, left arm high, twisting triangle. Right shoulder blade on the back. Breathe. Nice, looking up with that right eye. Beautiful. Bring both hands down and step your back foot forward. Grab your block, put it behind you, and sit down on your butt.
Take your take your right leg out straight and fold your left leg back into half Virasana. So bend that left knee, and the left foot goes outside the left bum on the outside of the hip. So this is a bit tricky. You're going to take your other block behind you, kind of where your head is going to, where your head is going to go. So see if you can imagine. You probably have to maybe adjust it. And then you're going to lean back onto your hands. So I'm making my way toward Ardha Supta Virasana, half Supta Virasana, lying back. Virasana. Now, this is going to hurt. So I don't want to leave my knee on the floor because that's too intense. So my knee will come up on its own, and I'm going to let it whenever it does, which is probably about now. Now my forearms are going to come down, and eventually my head is going to come down, and I like a block there. You may decide you don't. Bend the right knee, put the right foot flat, and I'm going to turn the block up one level because that feels better for me. Pushing down to the top of the left foot, I'm going to try to steer my hips into some configuration of square. So it's tricky, it's a back bend, and it's a deep, deep quad stretch. At least it is for me. Now you may not like that block under the head. Feel free to move it. Pushing down to that left foot gives you a little more energy through the front of that left quad. Pushing down to the right foot helps you to organize the structure of the pose. To come out of it, you're going to do so carefully. Remove the block, roll all the way to your right, and stretch that left leg out. Kick it a few times, straightening and bending. And notice that IT band might just be feeling pretty supple, pretty good. Not a problem right now. And then roll back to the center. Give yourself a break here. Put your block on top of your pelvis, belly, knees fold in toward each other, feet go out wide for a few breaths here in constructive rest. Awareness of the spine dropping toward the ground. The muscles in the neck releasing strain. Belly naturally hollowing in toward the back of the body. Bring your hands to the block on your belly. Using the sound VU, V-U, V like vacuum, it'll sound like this, VU, and we're not trying to hold it, we're just going to the natural end of the breath. I'd like you to VU a few times into the belly. VU, VU, allow that natural inhale to occur. You're VUing on the exhale. VU. Natural inhale. VU.
I hope for you that shifted over time, got a little bit richer, a little bit easier. And then you're gonna roll to your left side, come on up, sit up on the block at the lowest height, and you're gonna fold your right foot back. Left leg is out straight and find your level hips. And depending, I thought maybe it would be easier if we bend our left knee this time first. I don't know if it's easier to go back with a bent left leg or straight left leg. See what you think. And then start to make your way back onto your, I'm putting something under my foot too. I'm putting a pad under my right foot. And then go back onto your forearms. And again, that right knee, we know it's not going to stay down. We don't want it to. We don't want to force that. As long as you feel okay with it in the air, like it's not like in a place where it's too tenuous. Wrapping that right hip down and left hip up. Pushing down through the right foot for a little juice, a little fire. And left foot as well. Try to let the muscles in your face relax. And place, actually we don't want the block just yet. Just focus here. On letting your chest open. And noticing sensations in the thigh, in the quads. If you need to make it a little softer, you can point that right knee higher toward the ceiling. Or wrap your right hand around the foot for a little more comfort. Try to have that right knee pointing forward, even if it's up toward the ceiling. It's not angled right or left. Bring your attention to sensation and breath. I was doing a lot of gripping, I just noticed, in my neck. And we simply notice and it begins to change. Carefully move the block, roll toward your left, all the way over to release that right leg, send that right leg out toward the left and bend and straighten the legs a couple times, that right leg. And you're just feeling the outer muscles of the leg here and outer bands of the leg. Are they constricted? Are they feeling kind of excited? And then roll back to the center. Let your knees fall out, soles of the feet together. Place the block over the belly. We're going to do 3 rounds of that VU, and then we're going to add on. So again, you're really letting a natural inhale occur. It won't occur until after the first one. So you inhale, you VU, as long as it feels right, and then you let the inhale occur as naturally as possible. And now that we've vooed, which is a reset to the nervous system, we're going to take an active role in it. So we're going to roar. It's not like a Katy Perry roar example. Well, maybe it is. It's a roar and it's a chewing of the jaw. So we're going to go roar, roar, and move our jaw around as if we're chewing. Roar, roar. We're turning on this sort of lion apex predator part. Roar, roar, roar. So let you move your whole face around as you make that the sound that's right for you. And really your jaw, like you're raw, like you're a lion eating something, raw, or whatever image you like. But the idea is that, hold on, take your hands to the outer thighs, close the legs up, roll to your left side, and push on up.
So the idea is that we're in some sort of, if we had been, and we all sort of are, in some sort of fight or flight, we reset the nervous system, we go back to more of a neutral, and then we reclaim or we claim a position of healthy power, of healthy action. So, rah, like we are not the deer, the vulnerable deer who's going to get picked off in the pack. We're the lion that, if we were hungry, could eat the deer. And so this, you know, guys know I'm a vegetarian. You guys are vegetarian. Elena is, Karen, you eat chicken? No, you're a vegetarian. Okay, so anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this is a mammal, this is an animal thing, and this is healthy and natural and puts us more in a position of like, I can do my life. And that is what we need and want. So, speaking of which, we're gonna come onto a pad, or your mat, kneeling. Have your blocks ready. I have them on my highest height, but I'm gonna change that. And I'll turn to the side. You're gonna step your right foot forward, and we're gonna do Ardha Hanumanasana toward Hanumanasana. So right leg is forward, and we're gonna start to inch that left leg back. I'm gonna slide I'm gonna slide 2 blocks underneath my right thigh as I begin to stretch out. You can stay in Ardha or straighten, and I'm high on my hands, and I'm doing that same scissoring action we've been looking at through different lenses today. Pulling that right thigh back, pushing down through the right heel, left hip forward, and you can come up and try different angles. Does it feel good to be upright? Now that's a much deeper stretch on that left hip flexor. It's more chill for me down when I'm forward, but perhaps that's more of a stretch for your right hamstrings. But whatever I'm doing, I'm pretty active. I'm scissoring right leg toward me and pushing the right heel down. I'm pulling the left hip forward. I could tuck my left toes under and activate that left leg, but at the angle where I am, that would be too much on my knee. I want to feel my hamstrings engaged as well as stretched. Rocking right and left can often soothe and untangle any little complication in the backs of the legs. To come out of this, we're going to post up, scissor the legs toward each other so we're in that standing pyramid pose. Step over the block mountain, feet together. Inhale, pull the heart forward, and step your right leg back. Lower the right knee. Coming into Ardha Hanumanasana. Half split. Left leg is forward. On my right knee, the knee is under my hip, more or less. Then I'm going to start to straighten that back leg out. Blocks are under my left thigh. Active in my legs. I'm able to lift off the ground with my hands and pull up. up, up, up. And now this is nice. It gives me a nice elongation from my knee to my right fingers. Squaring the hips. And you may prefer a forward fold,
More laxity in those hip flexors.
kind of chill, or massaging the back of that left leg. The block is there. So as you rock back and forth, you get a little myofascial tissue work here, which is awfully nice. And that may be enough to open the pose up more. To come out of it, we're going to lift up, post up, maybe bend that left knee, and scoot your back foot forward into that standing pyramid pose. Pivot so you're in a side prasarita, but a narrow one, and then toe heel your feet in so they're just slightly wider than your hips. Take one of your blocks and sit on it so you're in malasana, squat, but with a block under you. Knees are bent, feet are flat, and push the knees into the elbows and the elbows into the knees. And I want you to really lift your spine like you're pulling it like a slinky, like a toy, up out of you, like out of the bottom up to the top. So use that leverage of arms and legs here to pull up. Really stretch, lengthening the front spine, and maybe feeling the back body here doing something good. And use this, really get more length in the front from the breastbone to the chin. And then relax that, bring your feet together, slide the block out, take your feet in front of you. Flex your toes up toward the ceiling and round your upper back like the letter C. Reach toward your toes as you roll down, intentionally one vertebra at a time. I'm contracting here, so I'm rolling back toward the floor, maintaining a strong front body. Right before I hit the ground, I'm going to lift my feet, and I'm in a low boat here. Ardha Navasana, but it's more than half. I'm almost at the floor. Pushing my low back into the floor, extending out through the feet, reaching with my arms toward my toes. Hold. Long neck. 5. Let it shake. 4, 3, 2, and let it go. And you might find that you're pretty awesome right now. You're very aligned. Take a deep breath in. And a productive exhale, detoxing the body. Powerful inhale, suctioning up. And exhale, detox. One more like that, productive breath. Inhale. And exhale. If you didn't land quite as comfortably as I did, I think I just got lucky. Use props, use whatever you need to get comfortable for your Shavasana. Invite your body to let go, the front body to release into the back body, and the back body to release into the earth. The jaw quiets. We've had our affirmation of our apex predator status.
And we can rest in the safety of our life, in the safety of this moment. In the acceptance of what is. The eyes soften back toward the depth of the sockets. Feeling the weight of the body surrendering. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take a deep breath. Yawn and stretch. Notice where there's more room. And just affirm that. Note it with the mind. Bending your left knee, roll to your right side. Come onto your side body into a fetal ball. Get cozy and breathe here into your back. Increasing circulation, hydration, lymph flow, nerve flow. So that communication throughout the whole body is shipshape. Push down to the left hand to rise. Finding a seat that feels good and strong, that holds your spine well. Reach your arms up. Praying the palms, slide them to the heart. Let's see how Om feels today. Breathe in deeply. Raising the
the love, the song of the heart to the mind. The thumbs insert into the third eye center. We bow here, honoring the body, this practice, one another. We thank our organs for the job. They do it all the time, every moment. Sitting up tall, head aligned with heart, head aligned with gut, gut, heart, brain, ready for the day. Namaste, guys. Thank you very much. I did record this because Karen mentioned that she wanted more practice, and so I'm putting classes on the YouTube channel for a while. So feel free to take them. And there's lots of other classes on there. I love you guys. Bye-bye.